Welcome back, viewers. In this tutorial we are going to find out greatest among n numbers. As in previous tutorials we have find out greatest among two numbers, we have find out greatest among three numbers also. Now we are going to find out greatest among n numbers. When what about when n is 4, when we have to find greatest among four numbers, and greatest among 5 numbers, 6 numbers, 7 numbers, 8 numbers, when we have to find greatest among even 100 numbers, even 1 lakh numbers. If there are 1 lakh numbers given, suppose 1 number, 2 number, 3 number, 5 numbers, there are up to 100,000 numbers, 1 lakh numbers are there given. So we have to find greatest among 1 lakh. It is not possible for me to declare variable for each and every number. If in the case when we have to find greatest among two numbers, we were declaring two variables x and y, and it was easier for me to find out whether x was greater or y was greater and declaring result on that basis. In three numbers, it was also easy, x, y, and z. We were comparing three variables, but in this case, when we have to find greatest among four numbers, it becomes a little bit difficult. We have to declare four variables for this. Suppose x, y, z, and a. We have to declare four variables, but it still gets difficult when we have to declare greatest among five numbers. When we have to find out greatest among five numbers, six numbers, and it gets difficult when we have to find out greatest among more numbers when n value of n is getting higher. So for that reason, I will not have to declare variables. I have to declare only two variables, and I will declare only two variables, x and y, and with the help of these two variables only I will find greatest among any number. Suppose greatest among five numbers. If I am able to find out greatest among five numbers, I will be able to find out greatest among 10 numbers. If I am able to find out greatest number among five numbers, I will be able to find greatest among 100 numbers also, because the rule is same for all. We have to declare only two variables to find out greatest among n numbers. In this case, I will consider I have to find greatest among 5 numbers. So the value of n here will be 5. So I will start with this flowchart where I have to find greatest among n numbers, where n is equal to 5 this time. So I have to find greatest among 5 numbers. So I will start. Let me erase this, all this. So let me again use this. So I have to start my flowchart. So first of all, I will consider few numbers out of which I have to find greatest. I will consider 5 numbers first. I will make here an array of 5 numbers. So I will write here 3, 5. Suppose my 5 numbers are like this: 3, 5, 1, 2, and 4. I have to find greatest among these 5 numbers. Whether 3 is greater, 5 is greater, 1 is greater, or 2 is greater, or 4 is greater. Whichever is greater among this. In this case 5 is greater. Whichever is greater, I have to print that number also. I have to print that number only. Okay. So I will start. First of all, I will read this number. I will read this. I will keep my pointer here. So I will read this number and store this number in variable x, and read this number and store this number in variable y. Then I will move this y on up to every point. So I will do one thing. I will write here read x. So that first number will be read. First number 3 will be read, and it will be assigned to x. I will declare x and y here as memory. This is a memory map for this flowchart. So I have read now x. I have read x. X value of x is 3. Now I will declare some variable that will be my serial number for x, y, x, first number, second number, third number. So when I am reading x, I will assign 1 to n. Suppose that will be n. Okay, it will be like this. Suppose I will erase it here. It will be like this. It was 3, 5, 1, 2, and 4. Suppose I am assigning this number to x. Now when I am assigning first number, when I am reading first number and I am assigning this to x, I will keep on record that I have read one number. So I will give serial as 1. That will be stored in n. Okay. So I will write here another variable n. So n is 1. So I will read in flowchart also, and I will write in flowchart also n is equal to 1. Okay. Now it is turned to read another number. Read y. So I will read another number and assign that number into the variable y. So I will read this 5 and assign it to y. Okay. When I am reading second number, so my n will be 2 now. That means I have read now second. I have now read second number. So my y will be 5 and n will become 2. Now the question here is that how this n will become 2. So I have to make this n 2. So for this I have to, my n previous value of n is 1 and I have to increment it by 1. I have to write n is equal to n plus 1, but I will write it here after reading y. So n will be equal to n plus 1. So it will be like this. My n was equal to 1. My n was equal to 1. So I am writing n is equal to n plus 1. Here n was equal to 1. So here n is equal to n plus 1. N is equal to, what was the value of n? 1 plus 1, which will be equal to 2. So n will become here 2. Now moving forward, I will write here condition whether n has become, how many numbers I have to read here? These are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Whether n has become 5 or not, I will write here, I will write a condition here if n is equal to 5. Whether n has become 5, if n has become 5, I have to stop then, because I have to find out greatest among 5 numbers only. So I will go, if it is yes, I have to print the value of x that time, because I will show you why I will print the value of x. So if it is no, what I have to do then? If it is no, if n has not become, so we have to move forward here. If n is not equal to 5, that means it is no. So then if n is not equal to 5, if it is not 5 yet, so I am here now. So n is not equal to 5. Really, in reality, it is not equal to 5 this time. So I have to do one thing. I have to compare now. This x and this y is to be compared. So I will compare this x and this y. Whichever is greater, I will assign that greater value into the x. Okay. Greater is, this time greater is y. So I will assign. So I will check here whether x is greater or y. So I will write here another decision box. I will write here if x is greater than y. Yes. If yes. If no. So sorry, I will write yes here. If x is greater than y, yes here. If no, this time it is no. This time it is no. This time it is no. And if it is yes, I will show you then what will we do at the, in case when it is yes. But in this case it is no, because x is not greater than y. X is only 3. 3 is not greater than y. So what I have to do in that case, I have to assign the value of y into x. So I will write x is equal to y. So what will be done here? So here it will go like this. This x will get cancelled and the value of y, that is 5, will be assigned here. So new values will be like this. Here it will become 5. Value of y is as it is 5, and it is 1, it is 2, and it is 4. Okay. So it is the value of x, it is the value of y, and it is 1, it is 2. I will do one thing. When x is equal to y, when I am assigning the value of y into x, I have assigned this 5 to this. Whatever will be the value of y, there will be we have nothing to do with this y. We have assigned the value of y into x. Y is as it is 5, but x was 3, which has been updated to 5 now. So we have find out this y is greater than this 3, and we have assigned this greater number to this. We have ignored the last 3, which was smaller. We have ignored that. So that we will keep moving forward, and whichever is greater, we will go on storing it into this x. Whichever is greater in all these, we will go on storing that greater number into this x. This is the logic behind this. So after assigning value of x to y, what I have to do next? I have to read next number. So I will go to this read y again. read y, that means this y I have to read next, that means I have to read next number. I will read this one and I will assign it to y. That this line indicates that read y, read another number and assign it to y. So I am reading this one and that will be assigned to this y. Now at this time this y will not hold to this 5 now, this y will hold to this 1 now. Okay, now we will move forward. When I am reading y, I am giving increment to n. So n was 2, it will become now 3. So here I will update n to 3. This is my memory map where I am reading y. Y is not now 5, it is now 1. This, and now x has been also updated to 5, like here. So now this n here, it will become 3, like this. Okay. Now what will we do? Now we will move again forward to this point now, because n has been equal to 3 now. If n is equal to 5, we will check, but n is 3 only now, it is not equal to 5. So this condition will be no if x is greater than y. Now what is the value of x? Value of x is this 5 and value of y is this 1. In this case now again we will check whether x is greater or y is greater. Earlier y was greater than x, so we have replaced previous value 3 of x, that was 3, previous value of x, we have replaced that value with the value of y, because value of y was greater that time. Now in this time, in this case now, this time value of y is smaller than value of x. We are comparing these two, where value of y is 1 only and value of x is 5. So value of y is smaller than the value of x, so no need to replace. So it is yes this time, because x is greater than y, so it will go to this case, yes. So we don't need to replace, like here we were replacing first x is equal to y, and in both cases whether there was a need to replace value of x because value of x was smaller, here we have replaced it with greater value, that was y. Whether it is smaller or whether value of x is greater than y, in both cases, in this case also we have to read next number, in this case, yes case, also we have to read next number. Okay, so in this case there is no need to replace, so no need to replace. This is the replacement. Here we are replacing x because value of x here is smaller than value of y, so there is a need to replace. We are assigning here x is equal to y, so value of y is assigning to x. So this time there is no need to replace, we are directly moving to read next number. Okay, now when we are reading next number here, so next number will be scanned and it will be assigned to y. So we are writing here read y. So next number, that is 2, that will be read and will be assigned to y. So the previous value of y, that was 1, will be replaced by new value, that is 2. And here value of x will remain as it is. This time it will not get changed, and the value of y will become 2. Now the value of n will become 3, because after that we are incrementing n by 1. So value of n will become 4. So it will become 4 because we are on 4. If we look like this, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. We are on 4th. We are on 4th number this time of an array. We are on 4th number of an array this time. So now if n is equal to 5, this is not equal to 5. This is equal to 4 only this time. Here we can also look here. This is 4 only. So if n is equal to 5, this is not equal to 5 now. So we will again move towards no. If x is greater than y, we will compare x and y. This is x 5 and y is this 2. Again x is greater than y. Again there is no need to replace the value of x with the value of y, because x is this time already greater than y. So we will directly move here, yes. It will not go to the no part because x is already greater than y. It is yes. This condition is yes here. It will not go here. Here we were in need to replace the value of x is value of y, because the value of y here is greater than value of x. But here the value of x is already greater than value of y. So we are directly moving to next number, to read next number. So we will read next number and assign that next number to the value of y. So we will read this 4 and assign this value to y. So previous value of y, that was 2, will be replaced with the value of 4. And again this setup, and again here n will become will get its increment. So value of y will be equal to 4 here, and value of x and value of n will be 5 because it has been incremented, and this will become 5. Now it will check my value of n, that is 5. Now it will check here if n is equal to 5. Yes, my n is equal to 5 this time. So it will not go to no section this time. It will move to yes. When it is yes, so it will print x. What will it print? It will print x. So what is the value of x? Value of x is 5. So my array was like this. It was like this. First element was 5 this time, new array. First element was 5, and then it was 5, then it was 1, and then it was 2, and then it was 4. You can see like this. So out of this, 5 was greatest, and I have print here the value of x, that is 5. And after that I will stop. Okay, so I will stop here. But don't think that your flowchart is complete, because this flowchart is inefficient. I will show you how it is inefficient, and that will be shown to you in next tutorial. Thank you.